Hello there. On May 24th, we were finally able to start putting our tomatoes in the ground, and they are so happy to be out of those cups. So they were getting really big, and they were happy to be in the ground. My son has a small drone, and he took an aerial photo for us. Our tomato and pepper patches are, the rows are 165 feet long. The top row are potatoes and onions on the north, and we put those in the beginning of April. The next six are red currant Roma tomatoes. The next two then would be the bells, and the last two are a combination of hot peppers and yellow zucchini. So he tilled the soil. It was finally dry enough that he could till it. So he tilled up some of it he had already tilled, and he needed another day, so he gave it that and finished tilling it on the 24th. He made his hills and his furrows with his tiller. He uses a BCS tiller out of Italy, and he really likes that tiller. It has a hill furrow attachment. So he made those. He was kind of disappointed, and it was still kind of pulled him around a little bit. There was still some moisture in the ground, so it was kind of hard to till that, but he laid some fertilizer down, and then he started putting in tomato plants. He did 2 half rows and kind of took a little break because it was the heat of the day, and it's a lot of work to put in this many tomato plants. So he took a little break, and there you can kind of see they're up on the hills and kind of the length of the rows there. So he got some in and took a little break, and then went back out later in the day, and we were able to get them all in that night. We were very fortunate. We had some company that helped us, and our son Clay helped us, and so we were able to get all of them in. As you can see, they're just huge. Those stems are so long, and the dogs made sure no rabbits got in the patch, which is always helpful. And we finished them up. They were able to put them all in that night. So it's kind of ironic because we had to water it, even though there was moisture in the ground, and we weren't able to put them in for a while because of the rain. Those roots still are not, they're the transplant shock. They just needed some moisture, so we drug out some hoses and had to water them all manually. But if we hadn't done that, I'm not sure they would have made it. And the other thing is, it was a windy day, which you can't really dictate what the weather's like. And we finally had a dry enough day we were able to get them in, but the wind was hard on them, and so the water helped, and I think it saved them. And then to the south is where the peppers are going to go in next. There's 4 rows there. And so the next day, yeah, as you can see, they're ready to get out of those cups as well. They're big. And so on the next day, the 25th, he started putting in the pepper plants. I didn't take a lot of pictures of that because we were trying to get other things in as well, but there's an aerial view of the pepper and tomato plants. There's a squash garden to the north. I'll cover that in another video. And everything is in, and so it's a relief to have them all on the ground. The transplant shock it's been pretty rough on them, but I think they're going to come through fine. So thanks for taking the time to listen, and I'll catch you next time.